Well, hey, YouTube. It's been a minute, but welcome back to Jack's Tech Hut. Guys, I've often wondered what am I going to do with this channel, and I thought, well, I'm going to bring you the technology that I like to use and stuff that's interesting to me, and hopefully it's going to resonate and be interesting to you. So today, as I'm sure the title gave it away, we're going to be looking at installing a virtualization software on a new M2 Mac. Now, many of you have known, maybe you don't know, I recently purchased a new Mac Mini with the M2 processor, and there seems to be a little bit of an issue with virtualization software. So let's go ahead, we'll get right to it. Let's go ahead to the computer screen and get started here. So, all right, so let me get this out of the way here, get me out of the way. There we go. Okay. So the first thing I tried to do, and I always like to use VirtualBox. So I use VirtualBox. I teach it in school. If you don't know, I am a technology teacher, technology instructor. And we use VirtualBox for virtually everything, right? On Windows, it works really, really well. So I thought, well, I'm going to install it on my Mac because there's an Intel Mac version or a ARM Mac version, and it should work fine. So I went here to VirtualBox website and I downloaded it. I went to downloads and I downloaded the Mac OS Intel host. And I thought, okay, well, that should be good. I'm going to show you here if I still have it. Do I still have it in my downloads folder? No, I deleted it. No, here it is, VirtualBox right here. So I'm going to double click it and say, let's go ahead and install VirtualBox. So here's VirtualBox. And we'll get this window out of the way here. And I said, okay, well, that's good. I'm going to double click it and I'm going to install VirtualBox. It says right here, as soon as it comes up, unsupported hardware detected. The installer has detected an unsupported architecture. VirtualBox only runs on ARM 64 processors. So it doesn't run on the M2 processor, so you can't use it. So I'm going to go ahead and just close that out here, get rid of that. So I thought, okay, well, let's go to the old stable, the old hands-on, easy one for the Mac, and we all know and we love Parallels. And I thought, well, that's going to be it. I have Parallels on my laptop. I thought, well, I'm going to put it on my desktop so I can run virtual machines. All right. So I went to Parallels, and I started digging around here. And being I am an educator, I get the educator discount. And I thought, well, if I get the educator discount, it'll make it worthwhile. Because, guys, to be quite honest with you, if I go to the individual pricing here, the standard, if I do a buy now one-time purchase, it's $130. That's a chunk of change, okay, to do virtual machines. So $130. If I go to Pro Edition, the only way to get the Pro Edition, and Parallels, listen to me, this is bad business. You shouldn't do this to people. It's $120 per year. There's no way to buy a one-time copy. $120 a year? That's a lot of money, folks, especially in today's modern society. And I know Parallels, you're trying to make money, you're trying to make a living. I get it, but that is a ton of money. So I thought, well, that's okay because I'm an educator, so I know I'll get it cheaper. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and click on students and educators. I thought, oh, $49. I can afford $49. That's not a problem. Parallels, why did you make it a subscription model base? I'm an educator. Educators don't make a lot of money. And, you know, if you're going to give us a special deal, why are you trying to rake us over the coals for a yearly fee? So as you see here, a standard edition, there's no way to buy a one-time copy of this stuff. And it's $50 a year. That's still a chunk of money, $50 a year. And if you want the Pro Edition, that's $59.99. Then I thought, okay, so I'm going to go down here and see what else they have to offer. Let's see here. Oh, military. Well, I am a retired military guy. Well, and you're going to give the military people a very special discount because they served this country, right? For your freedom and all of our freedom. So I clicked on military. I thought, okay, let's give military here. What? $90 a year? Boy, that's a great discount for somebody that served your country. $90 a year. And I thought, what? Well, the standard's probably $49 one-time fee. $75 a year. So, you know what? I don't bash any company Parallels, but your business model is horrible, okay? if you're going to give discounts, give a one-time fee, $50. You know, I would agree to pay you $50 one time. Yearly, not going to happen. And I know, well, you get all the updates. Maybe I don't need the updates, right? I had Parallels one time. I ran it over 4 different versions of the Mac operating system, and it was fine. So with that said, I said, okay, well, Parallels is going to be a last-ditch effort, like the last possible thing I could even think to do. So I'm going to make some other inquiries and try to find something different. So I went to my good old friends at VMware. Now, VMware, I run it on servers, right? I run Fusion, or not Fusion. I'm sorry. I run a ESXi, okay? So I can virtualize servers on my server side. And I've used VM Fusion before on a desktop. And I thought, wonder what they would do for the standard everyday user to provide great virtualization software to the end user. So I started looking there and said, oh, I can try it and I can buy Fusion today. Okay, I don't know how much it costs, but then I looked to the right here. Use for free for a personal use license. Register for your free key. I was like, well, boy, that sounds like a bonus. So, and granted, I have not used Fusion for a long time on a Mac. Probably the next follow-up video to this one is going to be setting up my first virtual machine on Fusion, and we'll see what it does, how it looks. I can honestly say that Parallels has been a great product for me. It works well, works with dual monitors. It does everything that I want it to do. But I just can't see paying those extraordinary prices for that anymore. I mean, come on. I know they're making a lot of money. They have a lot of users, a lot of backing. And I know companies are out there to do charity, you know, to give stuff for free. I get it. But on the other hand, you have to find something, especially like, wonder if you're a college student, you're not going to want to pay $50 a year for Parallels when you can simply download Fusion. So let's see if I can minimize this. So I downloaded it. I registered for a free license, which I am already an active user for VMware. I've used VMware for years. I have a lot of free licenses out there. And the free license, all you have to do is register. It doesn't cost you anything to register. And once you're done, it comes back and says, here's your license key. And you can set it up and use your Fusion. Okay, let's minimize this. I did have it open. It's right here, actually. So I can get Microsoft Windows, so I can simply click on that button. And I looked at that the other day. It does download and install Windows 11, so if that's what you're looking for. Now, I told you I do teach cybersecurity and networking technology. So being I teach that, I need a copy of Windows 10 because that's what my students currently see on their desktops. So I didn't want to do that. I can also install from a disk image, and we're going to be doing that using an ISO image. So I'm going to do that. I downloaded a couple of flavors of Linux, so we'll look at Linux and see. I also downloaded the Windows 10 ISO, and that's going to be the next video. I'm going to start setting that up and seeing how that goes and what VM Fusion, you know, what it actually offers us, and we'll go from there. So, all right. But I wanted to make this video just to make it perfectly clear. If you're looking for virtualization software, I just took the headache out of it for you. Again, VirtualBox, not going to work for you. Just not going to run on your M2 processor. I have not tried it on the M1 processor, to be honest with you, because, like I said, I already had a copy of Parallels on my laptop. So, and that version even was back when you could buy just a standalone version, and that's I put that on there. So it's been there for a while. Parallels desktop, again, Parallels, bad business practice. I'm not telling you it's not good software. I am telling you that it's very expensive software. And then there's VMware Fusion is what we're going to do on the next video. I'm going to show you how to set up and walk through a setup of a virtual Windows 10 computer. So we're going to go ahead with that video next. So guys, let me bring us back up here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this short little tutorial of how to find virtualization software for your M2 Mac, and we'll see how VM Fusion works. it should be fine. I've used it before on Windows computers, and it's been absolutely an easy transition between that and VirtualBox. They all work the same. And like I said, I do use VirtualBox primarily on Windows computers now, and it works fine on Windows computers. I don't have a problem with it. It's just something about the architecture of the new M2 processor. Would I go back from the M2 processor back to the M1? Is this a game stopper or, a game changer? No, because the M2 processor is faster. I mean, is it double fast? I don't know. I didn't do any benchmarks. I don't do benchmarks and stuff. I can just tell you it's a snappy processor. It works well, and I really like the M2 processor on the Mac Mini. So anyway, you may be saying, well, hey, Jack, why did you buy the Mac Mini? It's funny because it came full circle. When I first got into Apple computers and their products, I bought a Mac Mini way back when it was like the PC-based Mac Mini. Remember those? Not really Intel yet. It was strictly the Apple-based processors. Power PCs, remember those? So I started with those years ago, and now I became full circle. But I've been an iMac user and lover for a long time. I used 2 different iMacs. I had the thick bezel or the thick casing iMac for a long time until it broke. Then I went out and bought a new 27-inch iMac with the very thin sides, right? The very thin walls, and loved that computer. Matter of fact, it's still sitting right over here on the floor beside me. The hard drive went out on it, and I thought I can get the older computer fixed for maybe $500, or put $300 or $400 more to it, and buy the Mac Mini with the M2 processor, and that's the route I went. And then I bought a 34-inch widescreen monitor, which I absolutely love. So, all right, but that's the story there. Thank you so much for watching this. Folks, if you've enjoyed this video and you got any benefit out of it, it's something you want to watch, like I said, I'm going to start recording the tech that I do, that I like to teach, and that I like to learn myself, and put those videos out there. So hopefully you'll watch them, stick around. I would love to have you here. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And like everybody else tells you, I'm sure, is click on that subscribe button. I'm sure I won't let you down, and I'm always going to film something, at least words that should be interesting and something you may want to learn. So until next time, keep experimenting and keep your mind wondering. I'll see you back here next time on Jack's Tech Hut. Bye for now, everybody.